And welcome back to the Market Wolf. This is the first installment of Wolfpack Chat, and we have some important information to cover. Jason asked in the comments section if I thought that the CPI and inflation were going to be flat on the next report, and the PPI as well. Yeah, I think we're looking at increasing inflation on the next report, and I think when the next quarter comes in, we're looking at recession. And I'll tell you why right now. This is all firsthand knowledge. This is not something I'm pulling off the internet. I live in the great state of Tejas, Texas, and I live out in the country, which is why I've been busy lately. I'm on a small, tiny farm that I work during the day when I can, and I have a lot of neighbors that are in the agribusiness and in other businesses out here. And so I just want to read to you some firsthand accounts of what's going on. And you have to understand that Texas is one of the economic powerhouses when it comes to states in the United States. And if we are seeing these kinds of issues here, then you can rest assured that this is happening in most other places. Also, I would mention, if you've seen on Twitter, there has been reports coming in from truckers that they're just stuck on the freeway somewhere in the East Coast. Gas stations running out of diesel. So if we're beginning to have shortages, not only in goods and services, but couple that with the stuff that makes the whole world go round, that black gold, then we are having issues. Some people say it's refining capacity. Some people say it is we don't have enough leases. I believe it's both. I'm going to give you the first-hand information I have right now. So this is a neighbor that I was chatting with. Quote, I mentioned earlier that I'm going to leave some words out here because I want this video to be spread far and wide. Please share, like, subscribe. I mentioned earlier that the blank administration shut down all oil and gas leases, bypassing any of the rules committees and normal legislative proceedings. There was one Senate hearing I mentioned earlier. I can look it up tomorrow, but all our natural resources that we Americans have under our soil that has historically allowed us to be energy independent, provided hundreds of thousands of high-paying jobs in the old industries, from welders to truckers, tractor supply, manufacturers, Caterpillar, John Deere, etc., greases, pumpers, well casing, suppliers, all that shut down, period. No supplies. Now, Caterpillar is in the process of moving to Texas from Illinois, which in itself is historic. So, I know what I'm talking about. I have first-hand knowledge. This is not news. There are no supplies. Shut down. Everything. First, all the imports we've had from Mexico, from previous administrations, good trade relations, etc. Our steel is just one example. Shut down. Cut off. Period. I'll leave these gentlemen's names out that she gives me here, but they are hardworking Christian guys that do work for her. They built a structure for her next to her barn, and they really had no protection from what hit them. This is an economic storm that's hitting everybody. They literally have no steel to work with. The trades and negotiations and imports of steel from Mexico are gone. Puff, up in smoke. Result, my entire front fencing and gorgeous entrance that cost almost nothing under the previous administration now costs more for me to install a new structure using galvanized tin I had stored on my property. What she's saying there essentially is she didn't even buy the resources from them. She didn't buy tin from them. She didn't buy steel from them to have them install it as well. She already had these resources, and it cost her more money. So, and then we've got some local steel companies here that are going out of business. It's the twilight zone. Doesn't matter what party you belong to. She says, I mentioned the truckers to her, and she said the truckers can't find diesel because we are unicorns now. We're green now. This is real. My well guy, now you got to understand, out here in Texas, we have wells, and if you live in the country, you probably have a well too. We're not on city water systems, so it's really important that we have access to water underground, especially in areas of Texas where you're talking about 400 to 600 feet underground. You can't get just a standard hand pump under that far. The truckers can't find diesel because we are unicorns now, green. This is real. My well guy this morning, I say, hey, you're early. He was an OG. I say, you're one of the owners? OGs get up early anyway. He's a vault of knowledge. He says they have no supplies. No well supplies, no well casings, no plastics, no rods, no pumps, no pump housings. They have 100 wells to drill on the books, which are just basically shafted for now. So that's 100 clients waiting for wells to be drilled and for supplies, and nothing is available. We are Cuba. Hope you like velvet cheese. So, do I think inflation is going to go up? Most definitely. I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg, and I think we're in for some kind of historic event that most people have not anticipated. Only a few people have been calling for it. People such as Peter Schiff and a few other guys out there that are essentially in his camp for the most part, with slight varying opinions and degrees of opinion. So, in any case, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling on that front. I will bring you more news about what is going on. Please be sure to share this with your friends, especially those that are in the market and heck, outside of the market, because this is information everybody needs to know. I would certainly be in the process of beginning to store up some food, and I would definitely have a good storage of food by fall. Buy gradually, be mindful there's other people out there with children, and they need to have food as well. And we're all going to have to work together to get through what's coming, because this is a massive disaster in the making if the current administration does not immediately open up the oil fields. If we can't immediately get gas prices down, this is very, very bad stuff. And just, the raw materials alone, that's not just from gas. That's just because everything is going up in smoke right now. It's just incredible times. It's incredible times. So, get into a mindset of, let's take care of each other. We can't fight through this thing, or it's going to be even worse. You see crazy stuff like during COVID, people literally like fighting each other at the grocery stores. This is not the way to survive. That's not how you get through situations like this. So, stay tuned for more news. Be looking for the next episode. I will see you next time here on The Market Wolf.